Hi there, sweet friends. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining me on the mat. Today's practice is inspired by when you feel like you're just having one of those days. You're just not necessarily dragging yourself through the day, but you're looking forward to resting at the end of the day. So it's when our nervous system is depleted. And so today's practices will invite, of course, a bit of mobility, a bit of gentle movement, just to stimulate energy, to stimulate drainage from our lymphatic system, and practices that support our endocrine system that will ultimately support our hormonal health. And with that, we will begin our practice in child pose. So we're going to bring our big toes together to touch, knees hip width distance apart. Back of our glutes comes onto the backs of our heels. We're going to come down onto our forearms here and just drop our chin to our chest. Be mindful of the tension we're holding in our shoulders. And if you haven't already taken the opportunity just to really seal the sacred space. So if we can, close the door, maybe light a candle, or if we forgot to roll on some essential oil. There's no right or wrong way just to practice, but it just asks you to be fully present, to embody the experiences of your day. And when we're ready, we're going to reach our hands forward in front of us, using our hands to push back into our hips. Breathe into our lower backs. And on our inhale, we're just going to rock forward. And exhale, rock back. Inhale, rock forward. And exhale, rock back. Inhale, rock forward. And exhale, rock back. Once more. Inhale, rock forward. And exhale, rock back. Stay here in our child's pose for 2 more full rounds of breath. On our next inhale, we're going to slide our hands underneath our shoulders, tuck our hips over our knees, bring our knees parallel, facing towards each other, and just mindfully sway our hips side to side on all fours in tabletop. Maybe in our tabletop, we'll trace some circles with our hips, just warming up the spine, and then tracing circles in the opposite direction. And when we're ready, we'll meet in neutral tabletop, fingers as wide as they can be. Remember, in our tabletop, we want to balance our weight on our index finger and thumb rather than on the outside of our pinkies. Micro bend the elbow, core tucks up and in. And then we're just going to walk our hands forward in front of us, keeping our hips stacked over our knees. And maybe we can rest our chin on the mat. Just breathing into our chest, underneath the armpits. For 1 more full round of breath. Inhale, we'll meet back in tabletop. We're going to bring our left hand to the center of our mat. As we inhale, our right arm reaches overhead, and maybe we can reach our right arm back. And exhale, thread our right hand behind our left. Inhale, right arm reaches nice and long overhead. Exhale, thread. Inhale, right arm reaches nice and long overhead. And exhale, thread. Staying here for one more full round of breath. Inhale, right arm reaches nice and long overhead. We're going to bring our right hand to the center of our mat. As we inhale, left arm reaches overhead and maybe behind our backs. And exhale, we're going to thread our left hand behind our right. Next inhale, left arm reaches overhead. And exhale, thread. Inhale, left arm reaches overhead. And exhale, thread. Staying here for one more full round of breath. Inhale, left hand reaches high overhead. And exhale, bring it back down to meet our right. And we're just going to balance out the movement. We're just going to extend our right arm out to the side and slowly drop our right shoulder in as we gaze over our left. Inhale, slide our right hand underneath our right shoulder. And this time we're going to extend our left arm out to the side as we slowly drop our left shoulder in as we gaze over our right. Inhale, we're going to slide our left hand back underneath our left shoulder. We're just going to mindfully sway our hips from side to side. And then we're going to tuck our toes. And when we're balanced at our wrists and our fingertips, we're going to hover both knees. And exhale, we're going to reach our heels towards the backs of our mats for our first downward facing dog. We're going to pedal out our feet, so bend one knee, straighten out the opposite leg. And let's take our first cleansing breath of our practice. So biggest inhale you've taken all day. And tongue out, audible exhale. Remember that activates a parasympathetic response in your body. Breathing into the backs of our hamstrings. Next inhale, gaze forward, bend the knees, and lightly walk your feet behind your hands. Exhale, find this fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, flat back. Make sure our toes are as wide as they can be. Big toe, pinky toe, and heel is rooting into the earth. Micro bend the knees. Next inhale, root to rise as arms reach nice and long overhead. Exhale, we'll bring our hands to heart center and Samasthiti. Returning back to our breath. And perhaps setting an intention for our practice to finish the week. Or if we're calling something in intentionally this month. On our next exhale, we'll drop our hands beside our hips. And then we're just going to actually bring our right foot forward in front of our left. We're going to curl our right toes. We're going to bring the top of our right ankle over our right toes. So we want to feel this stretch at the top of our right ankle. And eventually, see if we can straighten that right knee and breathe into the top of that right ankle. 3 more full rounds of breath. And then we're going to balance this on the left side. We're going to curl our left toes. Bring the top of our left foot, or as best as we can, over our left toes. That left knee is bent, and then we're slowly going to straighten our left knee and really breathe into the tension, this time at the top of our left foot. One more full round of breath. Bring that left foot down. And then we're just going to trace circles with that right ankle 6 more times. And balance out the circles in the opposite direction 6 more times. Then we're going to bring our right foot down and then trace circles with our left foot this time, with our left ankle. 3 more. And balance out 8 circles in the opposite direction. Bring our left foot down, and this time we're going to hug our right knee in towards our chest, and making sure our left toes are as wide as they can be. Ankle is strengthened and balanced. We're just going to trace 4 slow circles with our right hip. And balance out the circles 4 more times in the opposite direction. Bring our right foot down. And then we're going to trace hip circles with our left hip. 2 more. And then trace circles 4 more times in the opposite direction. Bring our left foot down, shake off both of our feet, kind of wobble the knees. And bring our hands on top of the knees actually. Bring our feet together to touch. And we're just going to trace 8 circles in one direction. And then trace circles in the opposite direction. And we're going to meet in an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, lift the heels. So we find ourselves in this toe squat. We're going to plant our hands forward in front of us. And we're mindfully going to step both feet back. Drop the knees. Keep our elbows in line with the ribs. And exhale, slowly lower down onto our stomachs. On our next inhale, we're going to peel our chest from the earth, baby cobra. And exhale, we're going to keep our knees bent and bring our hips back towards the heels in this variation of child's pose. Inhale, let's find tabletop. And on our exhale, let's bring our right foot outside our right pinky finger. So we're finding this lizard lunge variation. And see if we can just straighten our right leg. Keep our right toes pointed as best as we can. And then exhale, see if we can bend right knee over our right ankle. So in our lizard lunge, we're opening up a bit more our right hip. Inhale, straighten that knee. And exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, bend. From our lizard lunge, we're just going to heel kick or kickstand our left foot. And as you can see, we're just finding this, preparing for this warrior two variation. So we're going to bring our right elbow inside our right knee. Inhale, left arm reaches straight overhead. And on our exhale, we're going to reach our left hand over, same direction as our right, breathing space into our left side body. Gazing down on our mat, toes as wide as they can be. One more full round of breath. Inhale, reverse our warrior. So we're going to reach our right arm overhead towards the left direction this time. Maybe we can add a little pizzazz, hover that right foot. Just depends on how you're feeling. And on our exhale, let's find our lizard lunge. Next inhale, we're going to bring our right knee back to meet our left, so we're back in tabletop. And on our next inhale, we're going to bring our left foot outside our left pinky finger in lizard lunge. Next inhale, we're going to straighten our left knee as best as we can. Point those left toes. And exhale, bend left knee over our left ankle. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, bend. Once again, we're going to kickstand our right foot. So our left elbow is resting inside our left knee, preparing for this modified warrior two variation. So left elbow inside left knee, right arm reaches straight overhead. And exhale, reach our right arm over towards our left, creating space in our right side body. Left toes are as wide as they can be, facing down at the mat. Two more full rounds of breath. Next inhale, reverse our warrior. We're going to reach our left arm overhead. If we went for a little pizzazz, hover that left foot this time, balance the opposite side. And this time creating space into our left side body. One more full round of breath. And exhale, we'll meet back in our lizard variation. We're slowly going to bring our left knee back to meet our right in tabletop and just mindfully drop our right hip down to the floor. Inhale, find neutral tabletop. And exhale, drop left hip to the floor. Inhale, find tabletop. From our tabletop, we're going to tuck our toes, hover our knees, and exhale, find downward facing dog. On our next inhale, we're going to come high to our tippy toes, micro bend the knees, lightly hop, feet just behind our hands. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, micro bend the knees, airplane our arms behind our back. Inhale, keep the knees bent, arms come in line with our ears for chair pose. And on our exhale, stay in our chair, but we're going to reach our right arm back, left arm forward, right knee comes a little bit forward, or excuse me, left knee comes a little bit forward in front of the right. Inhale, back to neutral chair. And exhale, left hand reaches back. Right arm reaches forward and right knee bends a little bit forward in front of the left. Inhale, back to chair. And exhale, folds. We're going to heel toe our feet to make them wider, a little bit wider than our hips. Inhale, halfway lift. We're going to bring our hands beside our hips. And we're just going to bend one shoulder in again. And we're going to use our right hand to push our right knee out. Inhale, we're going to meet back in center. And exhale, this time we're going to push our left knee out. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, stay here. Inhale, arms reach nice and long overhead. We can straighten the knees. And exhale, bend, finding this horse squat. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bend. Once more, inhale, reach. And exhale, bend all the way down to find our squat variation. And from our squat, just mindfully rock side to side. Then we're going to plant our hands forward in front of us. We're mindfully going to drop our knees back down, bring our forearms down, and extend our legs straight back behind us. We're going to stay on our forearms. And on our next inhale, we're just going to bend our right knee parallel our right hip. We're just going to flex our right toes towards that right knee. So we're finding this 90-degree angle with our right hip and this half frog variation. So if we're on the forearms, I invite us to come down onto the tops of our forearms to rest our head on our forearms, And you can turn your head in whichever direction feels comfortable for you. So for me, my right knee is bent, so I'm going to gaze over my left. Two more full rounds of breath. Next inhale, slowly extend that right leg straight back. And next inhale, bend our left knee, this time parallel left hip, flex our left toe, find that 90-degree angle with our left hip. Come back down, head onto the forearms, and balance your neck facing the opposite direction for a few more full rounds of breath. One more full round of breath. Slowly extend our left leg straight back. We're going to bring our hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck the knees, tuck the toes. Press our knees against the mat to use a modified push-up to press up. Let's see if we can come back to our toe squat, coming onto our knees, and turn again to face the vertical length of our mat. And from our toe squat, see if we can just bring our hands forward in front of us, fingertips as wide as they can be. Just lightly hop back and find ourselves in downward facing dog, pedaling out the feet. Maybe dropping both heels to the left, bending both knees to the right. Inhale, come back through center. Drop both heels to the right. Bend both knees to the left. Inhale, come back through center. Next inhale, bring our right leg high for three-legged dog. And exhale, bring our right knee through. Keep it bent to find a pigeon variation. So our left leg is straight back behind us. Two options here for that right foot. If our right shin is at a 45-degree angle, we're going to point our right toes. If it's parallel to the top of our mat, 90 degrees, we're going to flex our toes to protect that knee. Wherever we are, hands beside our hips. If we're going to stay on the hands, I invite us to come onto the knuckles. And if it's in our practice to fold forward, coming down onto the forearms, or resting on the head for a few more full rounds of breath. Really breathing into the outside. Breathing into the right side of our hips. Two more slow, full rounds of breath. To come out of pigeon, we're slowly going to meet with our hips, or with our hands beside our hips. We're going to tuck our left toes, slide our left knee forward, bring our hands in front of that right foot, tuck our left toes, hover our right knee, bring our right leg high for three-legged dog, and we're going to stack our right foot over our left hip. And exhale, meet in downward facing dog, pedaling out the feet. Next inhale, we're going to bring our left leg high for three-legged dog. And exhale, find pigeon on our left side. So right foot straight back behind us. So remember, our left calf this time is either at a 45-degree angle or 90. If we're 90, we're going to flex our toes to protect that knee. We're all going to meet with our hands beside our hips. If we're staying on the hands, let's stay on the knuckles. We can come down onto the forearms. Let's ease into there. And breathe this time into the left side of our hips for a few more full rounds of breath. One more full round of breath. Bring our hands beside our hips, tuck our right toes, slide our right knee forward, tuck our right toes, hover that right knee, left knee to nose, left leg high for three-legged dog, and exhale, stack our left heel over our right hip, and drop our left foot back down to meet our right, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward, bend the knees, lightly hop, feet outside our hands. So we're meeting in a deep squat once more. Exhale, we're going to drop our glutes back down onto our mats. We're going to keep the knees bent. We're just going to bring our hands behind our backs and find gentle windshield wipers. Two more on each side. And then we're going to stay with our legs 90-90 to the left. And we're going to turn and twist our spine to the left. So we're resting on top of our left thigh. Breathing once more into our right side body. Two more slow, full rounds of breath. Very slowly press up onto the hands. Bring our right hand back behind us. Bring both knees through center and drop both knees to the right. Turning and twisting our body to the right as we lean over the top of our right thigh this time, resting on our forearms. Two more slow, full rounds of breath. Very slowly, lift back up onto the palms. Bring our left hand back behind us. Bring both knees to center. Extend both legs straight. And we're just going to bend our right knee. Left leg stays straight, so we find ourselves in this lying tree variation. Inhale, arms reach nice and long overhead. And exhale, we're going to try and grab our left big toe. And breathe into our left hamstring. Two more slow, full rounds of breath. Very slowly lift from our middle thoracic spine and extend our right leg straight. Bend our left knee. Inhale, arms reach nice and long overhead. And exhale, see if we can grab our right big toe. And this time, breathe into our right hamstring. Two more full rounds of breath. Very slowly lift from that middle spine. Extend both legs straight. We're going to rest back onto our forearms. We're going to lift our chin and see if we can just lift our chin and slowly drop our head back. Bring our gaze back to neutral. We're going to bring our shoulders down onto the mat. We're going to keep our toes straight. We're going to see if we can, once again, come back onto the forearms. Lift the chin, drop the head back. So we want this neck movement, but we're just going to drop our hands once more. And we're going to see if we can lift our chin and actually bring the top of our head to the mat, keeping our legs straight. So we call this fish pose. So we're rolling open our chest and top of our head rests on the mat. Really opening up our throat. And exhale, slowly lie back neutral on our backs. We're going to bend our knees. See if the backs of our fingertips can touch the backs of our heels. And we're going to bring our hands underneath us, roll out our shoulders, and see if we can find a bind with our fingertips behind our backs. And on our next inhale, keep this bind. We're going to lift our hips, engage the glutes, tuck the chin to the chest in this variation of bridge. See if we can lift the hips up a little bit higher. One more full round of breath. And exhale, slowly lower. Next inhale, hug both knees in towards our chest. Grab the outside of both of our feet with both of our hands, using our elbows to just open up the knees, just to find ourselves in happy baby. Now we don't have to grab the outside of our feet. Maybe this time we grab the outside of our knees for this variation of happy baby. Just creating some more space to breathe into our hips. Next inhale, we're going to bring both knees together to touch. Drop our feet. Extend our legs straight and prepare for the most important part of our practice, Shavasana, where we integrate all the benefits of this moving meditation in stillness. Excuse me, so you can see me. And remember, there is no right or wrong way to practice Shavasana. All it simply asks of you is just to be aware of your breath. And at any time, if your mind wanders from your breath, just notice the sensations you're feeling in your body. And start with presence there. Let's take a final cleansing breath. So biggest inhale you've taken all day. Tongue out, audible exhale. Very slowly, before opening your eyes, just wiggle your fingertips and your toes, acknowledging how you're feeling now compared to the beginning of our practice. When we're ready, we're going to bend our knees and begin to slowly prepare to roll onto our side. And when we're ready, rock and roll up. Bring our hands to our heart center. Cup our hands over our heart. bow our heads in reverence for our efforts, for the practice, and for the energy shared between each other. Namaste. And I will see you all next week. See you, dates.